Hello guys, this is Avenger 1 with another commentated match. This video is actually a guest match from Go already, otherwise known as Dark Sun. In it I will be offering my thoughts on the gameplay along with any critique, so I hope that you enjoy watching. Hizack Cannon is seen a lot in 450 matches, and for good reason. These days it is one of the top support options for 450 costs because of its stun output, damage output, and durability. At the start of the match here, he is rolling around the longer way, which isn't the best idea for a support on Arctic base. In this situation, I would try to go around the inner circle, or even try to take the high ground if I can. That way you can avoid being taken out by the raid at the start of the rounds. It is also preferred to keep moving around. If you stop the fire like this, then you make it much easier for an enemy to catch you. Even though allies arrive to help, there's only so much they can do in the chaos of this initial team fight. I think part of what makes Hi-Zack Cannon so good is the huge burst damage output. I think that the Hi-Zack machine gun is kind of mediocre on its own, but when you have a cannon like this one, it can perform so much better. Even bulky suits like the Raj Custom, they can't really stand up for very long. If you are familiar with the simplified missile launcher on the lower cost high mobility Zaku, the cannon here performs very similarly. Other than damage output, Hi-Zack Cannon also has pretty outstanding stun accumulation. The cannon has 50% accumulation and shoots thrice for a total of 150% accumulation, while the machine gun has 8% accumulation to stagger in just 13 shots. These can be really helpful against incoming raids, since you can easily stun them for an ally to help out. All his allies got taken out here, and enemies are closing in, so there isn't really much you can do. Though the durability of the Hi-Zack Cannon makes it so you can survive a fair bit of hurt from generals, so that alone can buy time to reach a safe place or for his allies to respawn. Other than that, I think recklessly tackling in a situation like this does more harm than good. He is pretty close to his allies, so he could easily get to a safe place behind them if he used his thrust to boost away instead of tackling. In this situation here, the Red Rider is closing in, but allies are on the way to help. So instead of using his stuns on an enemy in the distance, I think it would have been better to use them to slow down the Red Rider instead. He could have staggered them at least twice if he had did this, and maybe avoided the death if his allies were there to help. Not much to initially comment on here, other than just putting up some low enemies. Hi-Zack Cannon really excels at this, since it has a machine gun with ASL to easily finish off these low enemies. At the end of a winning team fight here, you really don't have much to worry about. So like he does here, it's best to start looking for a good position to hold in anticipation of the next wave. Elevated positions are often the best ones to hold as a support. It makes it so that enemies often have to jump up or take lengthy detours to reach you, while you can just shoot down at them from relative safety. Though at this point in the fight again, his allies are either dead or on their last legs, so even an elevated position like this won't really save you from the entire enemy team bearing down on you.
You lost an ally. Fate favors us today. You've taken light damage so far.
Even though he isn't going to make it out, the entire enemy team swarmed around him, which gave his allies a chance to call an airstrike on the enemies. This needs good timing and for your allies to be smart, but it can be dreadfully effective. I think a fair few enemies got taken out here by the previous airstrike, so there isn't really much to do than just finishing them off. In combination with an ally, a Hi-Zack Cannon can quickly destroy even a healthy enemy by comboing its cannon burst into the machine gun. Even without an ally though, this combo can be incredibly deadly. He seemed a little bit hesitant here on if he wanted to take the high ground or not, but I think it would have been better to take it. Once the shuttle is blown up on Arctic base, you'll have a much clearer line of sight on enemies from that position. Though he still ended up having a pretty good position here to stun 2 enemies at once, while also preventing them from chasing an ally. Even just one cannon shot and a couple of seconds of machine gun fire took the capture to half HP. Really, he is in the ideal position here. He has an elevated position to shoot at the bunched up enemies, while his allies are up front fronting them and keeping them in place. Final stretch of the match here, just after enemies got mostly wiped out when they all bunched up. His allies are all healthy other than one of them, so it's really just about solidifying the lead and closing out the game. The enemy raid respawned here, but it's 2 against 5, so the Red Rider has no shot. Even though Darkstun missed the tackle, it's really no issue since his allies are all there to gank the raids. I think this round had a few errors and misplays, but still went pretty well, especially considering that Arctic base is historically unfriendly to supporters as well. The round went pretty great.
Decisive victory. Excellent work.
I think that Hi-Zack Cannon really has it all. It has better speed than most of her supports, with 180 boosting speed, pretty insane burst damage with the cannon and machine gun, great stun accumulation, and enough durability to easily shrug off damage from generals.
You've received some praise, pilot.
It is probably the easiest to play of the 450 supports, so I can wholeheartedly recommend it. To close out the video, I'd like to give my regards to Darkstun for providing this footage to me. It was a pretty fun match. I'd also like to thank you for watching until the end of the video. I don't know if I will make more guest videos in the future, but it depends on how well this one does, so see you later.